Wasn't JJ great? Gave us some great information on Proposition 60 and 90. It'll make a difference, especially if you're transitioning from your house, especially if you're over the age of 55. Our next segment, we have a celebrity. His name's Craig Sewing. He's the host of The American Dream. He also has a radio show called The Craig Sewing Show on 1170 a.m. at 6 o'clock on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, a celebrity.
You're a celebrity.
Awesome, man.
You know, you're a celebrity.
Like a C- celebrity in San Diego. Hey, I'll take it.
You're a celebrity when you're asked to host the military ball.
Yeah, that's an
honor.
Cool thing.
That's a big, big honor. I wish to have someday, but obviously I'm not there and you're there.
That was something else, yeah.
We brought Craig in to talk about some politics here. Now, I would really like your feedback on Bernie and Hillary, and then we're going to talk about the Donald.
Yeah, all very interesting topics, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, what I think is troubling about the political picture right now is that these are the best we came up with, right? So I don't know if anybody is really a raving fan of any of these candidates right now. So let's look at each one of them. Hillary Clinton, you kind of know what you're getting. You're going to get another 4 years of President Barack Obama. She might be even a little bit more left, so big government. If that's your kind of thing, that's your vote, right? Mm-hmm. Bernie Sanders, I think, would completely change what's made this country who we are. He's a declared socialist, big government. I don't know. I think one of the great things about this country is we're a free market. Capitalism is an amazing thing as long as you punish the bad guys, which doesn't always happen because of lobbies and lawyers. So, you know, Bernie's the socialist, and then you have this wild card that is Donald Trump, and I think he's really interesting because I can look at things objectively and not try and sway people's opinion. I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote in privacy. But when it comes to having some of these opinions about people, I hate the never Trump stuff or the never Hillary. Be for something.
Oh, yeah.
But I look at Trump and the people that like him, I totally get it. You know, we're sick of politicians, sick of the media, sick of political correctness, and he is kind of the outsider that represents everything that's not the status quo. So he's rocked the status quo. On the other side of the equation, Donald Trump is somewhat polarizing. He says some things that are a little outrageous and offensive. And so when you look at him potentially being president of the United States, there's times I look at him like, man, this guy could be exactly what you need to get this economy on track and get our country moving again. He could also be a complete narcissist disaster, right? So I don't know. So not any one of them, I think, is the obvious choice, but no matter who it is, I hope the country can rally around that president and we can get the country going. One
of the things that I saw is a big statistic that showed between 2000 and now in reference to the middle class. Mm-hmm. And you see, you know, a long time ago, the wealthy was only about 5 or 6%. Now it's about 18 to 20%. And then you see the middle class, which was more than 50%, well, more than the 50% of the whole economy is actually shrunken. Mm-hmm. And also see the poverty level is actually increased. And a lot of people look at that and say, oh my God, you know what, people who are in the middle class, they're seeing their jobs go away. And they're saying, hey, you know, I like Trump for that, or they like Bernie for that because he's going to give them everything. And
everybody likes free stuff. Right? I mean, but at some point in time, you run out of other people's money when we talk about like free college and things like that. You know, what is really troubling, right? Alan Nevin, who spoke at the Silver Hair Tsunami, your great event that you put on, he has a book called The Great Divide. And he's talking about population and where people are moving, where money and profitability is really going. The disappearing middle class, I think, is one of the biggest things we have as an issue with this country. And the question is, well, how do you fix it? This idea that, well, we're going to force jobs or force free stuff, anything like that, it's a free marketplace. You can't do that. You have to have a landscape where the middle class can flourish. Well, how do you do that? The government doesn't create jobs.
Never has.
Businesses, small businesses create jobs. We need to empower businesses. And here in California, we have companies that are moving to Texas, companies that are moving to Nevada, South Dakota, because here we tax the heck out of you. Your federal taxes can go all the way up to 35%, 13% from the state, 7+% sales tax. I mean, when you look at what somebody's earning and they're losing potentially 60%, you're going to lose jobs to other parts of the country, and not to mention jobs that move to other parts of the world, as we've seen companies that are moving to Canada and buying some of these other companies. And you know, I don't hate the player, I hate the game. If you want to fix that, I think you lower the corporate tax rate and you create incentives for businesses to create jobs here. And I think that's how you bring back the middle class, not forcing legislation and a forced increase on minimum wage. These are all government enforcement that have counterproductive things that can happen, i.e. people get laid off for more work, inflation, you know.
And I agree with all this because I agree with what you're saying. The reality here is this: if you want a vibrant stock market, you've got to have a vibrant business environment. And anybody that curtails that scares me because I'm worried about my clients that are 50 and older. Because are they going to be able to generate the income from the investments they have in order to live the life that they want? And if you have the wrong candidate, that might not be there for them, and it's very important that people vote the right way. Now, you host the American Dream Show. It's all about getting the American dream, and part of the American dream is real estate. And you've got a wonderful event coming up. It's called Real Estate, the Sales Mastery.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so when I talk about the American dream, certainly people think of real estate, but I think that, I mean, look at what we've talked about already today. We've talked about politics, political divide, a low approval rating in Congress, losing jobs. The reality is millions of people want into this country, not out. So whether you are someone who's trying to start businesses and create wealth, or maybe you're someone like me, at one point in time in my life, my back was against the wall. I had $100,000 in debt. I was able to get out of it. There's no debtor's jail in this country. So even when things aren't going well, there's opportunities here. And when things are going well, you can grow, you can capitalize, you can create jobs for others. So I believe that the American dream is alive and well. I think the news makes you think otherwise because it sells on negativity, and that's how they get their ratings, unfortunately. Just go to CNN.com and see the nonsense there. That's what gets people to click, and advertisers spend money that way. But I believe that there's a more positive, uplifting message. It is the American dream. And so on May 26th, we are inviting people of the real estate, finance, mortgage community to come, and I believe that a rising tide lifts all boats. So we are going to just add a ton of value into these industry professionals. We're expecting a couple thousand people, and I just feel like if we bring great speakers, guys like Alan Nevin, who you know well, Mayor Faulkner will be there, a guy named Tom Ferry, top producers from different industries will be on stage. When you give that value, it's all about the value, and I just think it's going to be good for the audience, down to one professional at a time, and I think it'll be good for all the people that are here watching as we build the market. Let me fix my collar here too, as it's popping out a little bit. I like being on that side better. People like clean me up, they get me ready here, they just threw me in the seat.
Craig, thanks for being on the show again. If you would like to attend that event, where do people go? Yeah,
go to salesmastery2016.com. So you can RSVP if you are a viewer of the Silver Air Tsunami or Friends of Steve, your ticket is comped. Just go to salesmastery2016.com.
And again, that's May 26th, where at?
Convention Center, 8 a.m. sharp.
Thanks, Craig. Hey, stick with us. We'll be right back.